In this video, I'm going to be building a new storage rack for my Harbor Freight storage bins. I built this one on the channel about 2 years ago, and if you look here, you can see I have already outgrown this one. I've got 8 extra bins stacked up here on top, and if you look over here, you can see Harbor Freight had these things on sale, and I just bought another 10. So I need to make some extra space for this larger rack, and the plan is to get rid of this thing. I have a love-hate relationship with this, and I hate it more than I love it, and I will go more into that here in a quick second. But the plan is to take all of these nuts and bolts and put them over here in this gray metal bin, and then take all of the nuts and bolts in that gray metal bin and place them inside of these Harbor Freight storage cases. This will allow me to make better use of all of this space right here, and also clean up all of those storage cases that I've got scattered around the shop. So here's a quick rundown on why I hate this thing. The first reason is these red bins are pretty much useless. They're always falling down. If I go to remove this bin and I'm not careful, you can see one almost always falls into the bin that I am removing. The second reason I hate this thing is because it has 2 sides. There's a front and a back, and I was always having to pull the thing out and spin it around just to find the part that I need. As you can see, there are bins here on the back. And I did go in and take all of the most used parts and put them on the front, which in turn made the back useless because I don't ever really store anything back here, and it's just taking up a whole bunch of space. And the third reason I hate this thing is because the bins are open and they are just a big magnet for dirt. You can see right here, I put a bunch of little washers in this one, and there's almost as much dirt in there as there are washers. So that's the plan. I am going to start organizing and consolidating all of this, and I'm going to do it off camera because I don't want to bore you guys. All right, so it's the next day, and I did get this thing cleaned out. You can see here I've got this side cleaned out, and then this side is cleaned out, and this was brutal. It took about 5 hours to get all of this stuff and get it organized. I did get all of the larger nuts and bolts in this top half of this metal bin, and then everything else fit in these 3 storage bins right here. So you can see these 3 storage bins take up a lot less space than this big behemoth right here. So now I've got all of this extra space right here to work with. I will have just a little bit of space right here, and I plan on moving this gray case down just a little bit, and then that will also give me some more room over here with the miter saw. I have got my table saw in the shop, and I have made a trip to the big box store, and I've got my plywood. Let's get this project started. So this is what I'm talking about when I say this is some of the worst high quality plywood that I've ever worked with. If you look here, it looks like it's got some type of string coming out of it right here on the edge. Also, you can look here, you can see the laminate is coming off, and if I spin this piece of wood around, you can see here that the veneer isn't really glued on very well, which caused all of this right here to rip. So now I'm going to have to try and fix this with some wood glue. And if we look over here, you can see I bought 2 sheets because I didn't know exactly how many I would need. So the other sheet looked exactly like this. You can see here where they filled in all of these knots. And this is the clean side of the wood, and it's got that filler in it. And if we look on the back side, you can see this side is darker than this side, and it's got spots in it where it looks like it got wet. And I did go through several sheets there at the big box store, and these were the two best ones that I could find. So I wanted to stain this so that it would match my other toolboxes over here in the corner, but now I'm thinking I may just have to paint this. I guess I'm just gonna build it and see what it looks like and then make my decision then. But I wanna know, what are you guys doing? Where are you sourcing your plywood? Are you getting just poor quality stuff like this? Let me know down in the comments. All right, so as you can see, I have finally got this thing finished. I can now store twice as many of these Harbor Freight bins, and I'm making much more efficient use of my space. In case you're wondering what these plastic things are for, they're 3D printed and they help lock the storage bins in place. And here's how they work. I can slide a bin in here and it will just slide over the tops of these. But when I try and pull it out, it's locked into place unless I lift up on it and then pull it out. And this worked quite well on the older storage bin, so I decided to carry this feature over onto the new one. So the only thing left to do now is figure out what order I want to put all of these storage bins into the new storage rack. And here it is with all of the bins installed, and it is going to take me a while to figure out where everything is located, but other than that, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. So what would you have done differently if you were building this project for your shop? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please smash that like button. And if you aren't a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you don't miss any upcoming Making Stuff videos. And thanks for watching.